There you go.
It's 2 days after the marathon and I can move. I'm doing good. I was not like this, I could tell you, this time yesterday or even last night. I woke up this morning and I'm back. On to the recap. Yeah, so I'm back for another race recap. Just off the Dismal Swamp Marathon. I PR'd in the race, 4:04:31, so I'm getting closer to that sub 4, and I'm continuing my streak of every marathon being faster than the last. The Dismal Swamp Marathon was is my 5th marathon, and if you watch the channel, you know it was a surprise marathon for me. I signed up for it about 3 weeks before race day. Watch the video that I put out last week, and I tell you the whole story as to how that came together, because this was, it was not planned. In fact, I ran it 2 weeks after the Norfolk Harbor Half Marathon, so that's also a first for me, running a race of that distance just 2 weeks after a major race. Well, anyway, so the Dismal Swamp Marathon. So you've seen the first part of this video, and you saw that I went down. I went down about 200 meters before the end of the race. But before I get into all of that, I want to talk about the race itself and what it was like. So the Dismal Swamp Marathon is put on by the Tidewater Striders. And it's a course that is on the Great Dismal Swamp Canal Trail that actually there are signs up saying that, you may encounter bears on the trail. So we didn't encounter any bears, or at least I didn't encounter any on Sunday. But anyway, so with the marathon, you ran 6.55 miles one way, turn around, you did a loop, and then you got 26.2 miles out of that. Now, I had a strategy that I came up with kind of actually the night before. I said, well, worst case scenario, I don't want to go over 9 minutes, 30 seconds per mile. But that's only when I'm, feeling really, really like it's really hard. And my goal was to not allow myself to go over that pace, but to try to keep, as far below 9:20 as possible. 9:20 is kind of the second tier of where that threshold that I wouldn't want to exceed. So if you look at my paces, and I'll put them up right here, you'll see that I started off fairly conservatively. The first mile was the fastest. I got to work on that. And for many miles, I was running what would be a sub 4 pace, the 9:05s, 9:06s that you see. And that was all, part of the plan. My goal really was at the first part of the race not to go over 9-minute, 10-second miles. When I got to mile 15, I obviously was starting to really feel it, and so my pace slowed. And then you start seeing, as I progressed, the paces started moving up, and you see some 9:30s, and I think the highest was a 9:36. So, I pretty much stayed close to plan. So what happened on the path? Well, first, there were 4 water stations. Now, they equate to 8 water stations when you consider that you loop around. But for me, just personally for me, that wasn't enough water stations, even carrying my own water. So I had a 16-ounce bottle of water. And for the first time ever, I was running with it. For the first time ever, something happened to the bottle. And before I even made it to mile 5, I looked down, and most of the water was no longer in the bottle. So I thought, oh wow, this is not good. I did have also my Martin drink gel mix, which I was carrying on my shoulder, but 5 miles is not when I take that. So got to the water station, picked up some water, and I held on to the little bit of water that I still had in my bottle. But again, it was not enough. Now, the saving grace was that they did allow you to put your own water bottle at a water station. So at the beginning, they collected bottles and they took them to the stations, and I had mine set up at the 5.8 mile mark. But when I got there, and initially I just grabbed the bottle, the cup of water, I didn't see my bottle, so I kept going. But when I turned around on the second go, I did see it, thank goodness, and I picked it up, and that definitely helped me. But I think that ultimately what happened is that still, even with that, there was just not enough water on the actual trail, because typically I will finish all of my water and all of my Martin drink mix, and there will still be some ways to go in the race. And at that point, I switch off and I start taking the water from the aid stations. But in this case, it just wasn't, we didn't have a lot of aid stations. And so I started to feel something probably a good 3 miles out before the finish that I have never felt in a race that I can recall. And that's my calves. My calves, I felt something strange, and I thought, oh boy, this doesn't feel good. I hope this holds off. And I just kept going. My pace, adapted to the feeling of that. I didn't want to push as hard. I had planned to, but I realized that I really couldn't. I could not really pick up the pace. And so then 0.2 or so of a mile in, ready to finish out, all of a sudden the cramp just grabbed my calves. In fact, it felt like both calves, and it literally just threw me to the ground. I was writhing in pain, and it's like I cannot, I'm almost there. So I got myself up, and I did my best. I said, oh wait, there's nothing against the rules that said, there's nothing in the rules that says you can't walk. So that was all I could do at that point. And then I felt in the next instant, wait, let me pick this up, and then I made it all the way through. I got it through the finish line with a photo finish and running as fast as I could, with the last 2/10 or so of a mile coming in at 11 minutes 58 seconds pace if it was run all the way through as 1 mile. So what is the moral of the story? You know, you can be down for the count, but that doesn't mean that you stay down. You know, it's that fighting spirit. It's that, you know, I'm going to give it my all, and I've put a lot into getting to this point, and I was physically capable enough to walk and physically capable enough to get some pep in my step to get across the finish line, and so I did. And so it came to a 4:04:31, and it would have been, I think, something more like a 4:02 something or 4:03 something, high 4:02 something, or you know, low 4:03 pace. But it was a 4:04:31. Again, fastest marathon for me. I'm happy that I'm continuing to progress, and as far as any future marathons, there are none that that are on my calendar at the moment. If that changes, well, I don't know. We'll see if it changes. Let's just put it like that. But that's my story. I got across. It's another marathon down in the books. It was a great experience. I'm not traumatized by going down. You know, maybe if I couldn't have gotten up and finished that race with only 2/10 of a mile to go, I would like to think I wouldn't have been traumatized, but you know, this would be a very different video right now. So I'm glad that it's the video that it is. And so I was number one. I came in number one in my age division on top of everything else. So I'm pleased. It was a great experience, and I didn't see any bears except for the bear in my calf. And I think I can take that. I absolutely love this graphic. I love the bear chasing the runners.